The lie of time. Why the clock was always lying. Time is not real. That's not a metaphor. That's not wishful thinking. That's metaphysical fact. It's the ego's masterpiece of distraction, the grand illusion behind which all others hide. And in this moment, we're going to see why. Proving time isn't real. Here's a challenge. Take 2 hours and go sit in a jail intake room. No phone, no distractions, just cold walls and the sound of your own thoughts. Now, take the same 2 hours and sit on a park bench with someone whose presence feels like home. Talk, laugh, simply be. What happened? The clock didn't change, but your experience did. And that's the secret. Time isn't measured by minutes. It's measured by meaning. When fear fills the mind, time drags. When love fills the mind, time disappears. So was it time that changed? Or was it perception? Time, the body, the world, and the ego, the 4 great illusions. There are 4 illusions that seem to structure this experience. The world, the body, the ego, and time. But they're not just illusions, they're learning devices. They are not evil. They are not wrong. They're neutral symbols, animated by the mind's desire. And what is that desire? To either wake up or stay asleep. The Course says we are using these illusions to educate ourselves, to awaken from a dream that has no reality, not because we sinned, but because we forgot. Time is the canvas of guilt and fear. Time was made by the ego to hold guilt in place. The past stores guilt, the future projects fear, and the present becomes invisible. This is why time is hell, until it's repurposed. The Course says that time is a learning device to be abolished once it's no longer useful. That means time in the right hands, the Holy Spirit's hands, becomes a doorway out of illusion, not deeper into it. Vertical versus horizontal time. Most people live on a horizontal axis, past behind them, future in front, trudging forward inch by inch. But the Course asks us to shift vertically, to move inward and upward, into the now, into the holy instant. The miracle shifts perception from linear time to eternal presence. That's why the Course says, time and eternity both dwell in your mind and will conflict until you perceive time solely as a means to regain eternity. Specialness versus holiness, time's true trap. Specialness is the ego's counterfeit for holiness. Specialness says you are more or less than others. You are defined by time, by your story, by your wounds, by what you've been through. Holiness says you are the Christ, not someday, not after you get your act together. Now. Specialness takes time to build and defend. Holiness requires no time at all, because it's what you already are. Why time feels so convincing? You might say, but it feels real. I remember yesterday. I anticipate tomorrow. But memory is a present thought. Anticipation is a present projection. All of time, past, present, future, is a single tiny instant in the mind that seemed to separate from God. And it was over the moment it began. In reality, it never happened. And what never happened cannot be measured. Time is the soap opera, not the self. Time is where the ego stages its drama. Families, nations, wars, news cycles, bodies aging, bank accounts rising and falling. This is the horizontal soap opera, one scene after another, playing out on a stage made of shadows. But behind the curtain is the unchanging light, the eternal now. Revelation transcends time. The Course says revelation has nothing to do with time. It comes in a flash, a wordless knowing, a direct experience of truth. That experience cannot be scheduled, measured, or planned. It collapses all concepts in one holy instant and leaves only what is real. The plan behind appearances. The Course assures us there is a plan behind appearances that does not change. Chance plays no part. There are no accidents. Everything is either used by the ego to reinforce separation or by the Holy Spirit to undo it. Even the painful things, even the things that make no sense. Time, then, becomes the stage on which the mind learns to choose again the true purpose of time. Time was made to delay awakening, but repurposed, time becomes a classroom, a space in which we learn that what we thought happened never did. That's what forgiveness is, not pardoning a real offense, but realizing there was none. That's why the Course says forgiveness is the key to happiness, because it releases the past, reclaims the present, and dissolves the future. You're not here to fix the past. You're here to wake up. The Course says, I would not forget my function because I remember myself. Your function isn't to succeed in the world of time. It's to remember what is beyond it, to forgive what never happened, to release the story, to live in the presence of love so fully. That time can no longer deceive. The holy instant is now. The holy instant is an experience, not an event in time, but a collapse of time. It is the moment the mind stops looking forward or back. It is the end of seeking, the end of projection, the end of attack. And in that moment, the eternal shines through, not later. Now, you've never left eternity. You're not returning to God. You're remembering that you never left. And time was the dream that said you did. The Holy Spirit is not trying to get you back to something you lost. He's simply reminding you of what never changed. So what's time for? It's for seeing that it isn't needed. It's for remembering what was always true.